What's up, guys? This is Stevan. I'm back with another simple tricks video today. Today I'm talking about wrestling practice, okay? Because that's where all your gains are gonna be made for tournaments, to get how to make you a better wrestler, how to get locked in the wrestling room. Okay, guys? Practice makes perfect. Oh wait, no, actually, perfect practice makes perfect. So we're trying to get you as close to perfection as you can to replicate the best things you're doing every practice that you go into the room. Alright, guys, before we get into it, make sure to like the video, turn notification bells on, and subscribe for more world-class content all 2025. Alright, guys, so here's my first tip, alright? Having a plan. Make sure when you go into practice, think about one thing you want to focus on that you need help with the most, okay? And what you can do in practice to improve, okay? The coach is going to start you off. He's going to warm you up. He's going to put you through a lot of drills. You're going to go through a practice, and sometimes it's easy to go through the motion. But if you have a plan and stick to that thing that you really want to focus on while going through practice and what you want to do perfect, it's going to help you out and get you better. I think overall, for me, when I'd go and think about, okay, hey, I need to make sure in my hand fighting that my elbows are tight, that I want to keep closing the gap properly, or I want to work on my finishes today. Certain areas, when we get to those areas, we need to really lock in and think about those areas to improve. Okay, and also, even going in after your practice is done to work on those specific areas 15, 20, 30 minutes after, whatever it takes. But you guys got to get in a routine, okay? So I think to get you in a routine, try to watch this video every day to get you before practice. I think that can really help you. First, sit down, write down the plan thing that you need to work on, a list of them, and focus on one area each day. Second tip, okay, is locking in when going to practice, all right? It's easy to get in a routine and you don't really even realize it, a bad habit of going on the jog with your friends, joking, laughing, and sometimes you can still have that, but guys, really try to focus once you start your warm-up, and really try to think about it and treat it as a tournament, guys. Treat each practice like a tournament and lock in. That's my second advice. I think it's crucial to get in this routine, and each day you add up, right? You do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's 5 days straight. If you can do 1 week of that, if you can do 2, 3 weeks, eventually it's a month. All of a sudden, that's your new norm, and that's what you want to set for yourself to make sure you're focused, locked in, and working on those positions that you said you needed improvement on. Number 3, I would probably have to say, is defensive reps, all right? So when you're going, okay, and me and my partner are splitting repetitions, all right? So how am I going to get the most out of this practice, all right? Each time I'm taking my shots, I'm focusing on the little things, right? My hand fighting, my setup, my tie-up, and executing to get to the leg, picking it up off the ground in a good finishing position. But now it's my opponent's turn, and he's got to go. Okay, I have to start thinking about what are the things I can focus on this defense. Okay, my head, my hands. Even if he's getting to a leg, I'm going to make sure that I know that he's in a position that I would normally never be in, right? So maybe letting him in the leg a little easier, or what I like to do is getting my head in position, fighting the head, knowing I can block the shot, and then when it's time, I let him go and let him have his shot and let him get it on the leg. But usually what I try to do is focus on defensive reps, thinking about I'm practicing my down blocking, I'm practicing my engaging my ties, I'm focusing on my hand fighting properly, and then when it's his turn, let him have the reps toward the end, and I know in my mind, hey, that's not usually what I do. Same thing when a guy grabs a leg, right? If he picks up a single leg, I'm putting in a good whizzer, I'm grabbing his hand on the other hand, and I'm being heavy, I'm facing him. I'm not just getting him his leg and turning over, all right? I'm putting myself in a position just like I'd fight and like I'd be in ready position to go 100% Instead, I'm only going 40% or 50%. So those are little things that you guys need to do in each position, basically like a negative rep, as you'd say in the gym. Here we're doing defensive reps. So each thing you're working on the opposite as the dummy guy. Fourth point, guys, is treating your matches like when you go live, treating this like a tournament, okay? I know there's going to be guys that you feel and you wrestle every single day that you feel like you can kick their ass, or maybe you don't do the best you can against these guys, or sometimes there's a guy that's a lot better than you and you're trying to gauge that person. Key here is treat this guy like he's your opponent and try to come at him as hard as you can to go live, all right? I'm not saying to hurt your opponent, but try to improve and get better in those areas, okay? If it's a guy, for example, that you're trying to get better and you're trying to eventually surpass this person and beat them, I think it's crucial that you come in locked in like it's an opponent in your match, like you're nervous about competing against, and you're feeling like you have, you're trying to give it all to win against this person. That way, your effort level's there, and you're focusing on the things you need to win. If there's a guy that you're miles and miles ahead of that you just feel like you crush every single day, but hey, he's one of your training partners, you're going live, focus on areas that you can improve on, putting them in position, letting them in positions such as starting on your leg in a crackdown, around your ankle, or let them in on your leg, or maybe start on a single leg, extend it in a position, but getting these positions live where you're in a handicap position, and a position that maybe they have a little bit of more of an advantage, to see if you can keep working and improving on a guy that you really don't care about beating up, that you usually do every single day. Make it a more of a challenge for yourself, guys. Try to improve and try to keep working through these positions to get better yourself, okay? It's not me just taking a guy down 20 times isn't going to do anything, but what about if he snaps me in a front headlock and he gets me around the ankle, and now try to wrestle where I'm giving him such a great position. Now I got to wrestle and see if I can get out of that score. Okay, so those are the positions that you need to work on a guy that's a little bit lower of your caliber. So those are two ways of treating those like serious, like treating it like match positions and going live. And last would probably be spending an extra time after practice, sitting down, bringing in grabbing your partner after practice. Even though you're tired and sore, I promise you 15 minutes, put on the clock, drill, talk over positions, hit your reps, both you guys, and I promise you, you will see dividends. Grab your coach, tell him what you've had problems with today, and have him watch you and your partner work for 15, 20 minutes. Just start with that 15 minutes and see what happens, all right? So those are my 5 tips for improving in the practice room, how to make yourself better and make your gains, okay? If you're having trouble remembering these, watch the video over again. I think that this can really take you to the next level and improve. If you're looking for a way that you want to compete better in tournaments, I promise you will compete better in tournaments if you get better in the practice room and you just let it fly. So lock in the room. Make sure to subscribe. World Champs and everything we do. We out.